Hey folks, we're on a bit of a day out today. It's a beautiful day for that. And we've come on the far west side of Rayong to the Map Ta Phut area. This area is just all around me. I'm stood in the middle of the industrial complex here, the petrochemical industry mainly. That's the biggest industry here in Thailand. It's the biggest industry because the number one import is crude oil and the number one export is refined petroleum products such as diesel fuel, which is what they may be making around here. And it's a plethora of just an almost endless run of pipes, pumps, towers. It's a big industrial refinery type scene that you may have seen if you've been down here or elsewhere, but even in the US, like maybe in the Houston area, I've seen a lot of things like this. It's not the prettiest thing to look at, and that's not why we're having a day out. You see, if you were to look around and see all this endless pipes and industry, you would probably think it's one of the most unlikely places in the country to find one of the most beautiful gardens in the country. But you'd be wrong. It's all right. Just a couple hundred meters from where we just were is this place. Now, I'm going to show you around here and we'll tell you what it is. But first thing you got to know, especially today, it's not the easiest place to get into. All right, just outside the big floral exhibit hall here, we're in what's called the Miracle of Nature, the Miracle of Nature Gardens. I believe this whole place is built by PTT, which is one of the big tenants of the industrial park. No surprise, that's what they do, petroleum. But I just think, how odd is that amongst all of the, I don't know, refineries are just one of the dirtiest industries. Nobody wants them in their neighborhood, nobody wants them in their area. And here they've kind of made an exception. They've made this whole area a refinery industrial park, but right in the middle of it, you've got the Miracle of Nature, this beautiful waterfall behind me. There's trees, there's gardens, and of course the whole floral exhibition center. Beautiful tulips. A lot of people come to see the tulips. Now, it's a bit crazy here today. I don't think it's like this every day. I showed you it's bedlam getting in here, and all around you can hardly get a minute to yourself or even for a picture because of the crowds. Here's why. Today, I believe, is the last day that they are open before the Mother's Day holiday. Today's a Saturday, I believe. Monday would be Mother's Day, so they're closed Sundays and Mondays. They're usually only closed on Sunday. They're usually Monday through Saturday here, but this week they'll be closed Monday for the Mother's Day holiday. So, long weekend ahead of them, hence a lot of people here. I believe it's free. We paid nothing to get in. I waltzed right up and got a visitor badge. Check that out, all official visitor badge. Anyway, big crowd of people here today, wonderful gardens. Lon said there was a place to eat in here, but we haven't found that yet. There's also a great big mangrove area we went through. I don't know, we probably have seen our full of the flowers and we'll venture out to find something to eat.
All right, one thing I didn't mention is how cool it is inside this this flower exhibition hall. I'm guessing a lot of the breeds of flowers, especially maybe the tulips, like a little bit of a cooler temperature, which normally in Thailand would be too hot. That's why you don't see many tulips in Thailand. But in here, it's nice and cold. Maybe even bring a long sleeve shirt or a jacket or something. You will be hot waiting in line to get in if you go on a busy day like we did. But anyway, we'll fight our way out of here and go into the mangroves and the outer gardens, and which are also very nice. Perfect place to come and get your picture taken. That's what most people are doing here. There was some some things that look like tour groups, but I think a lot of them are not. A lot of them are company outings. A lot of those the buses that we saw here and encountered at the entrance were Thai buses, maybe from different companies and things like that, or maybe even some school groups. I'm not sure, but really a kind of an interesting place to come, especially considering that just right outside the gate is one of the biggest refineries in the world, at least one of the biggest refinery areas in the world. This Map Ta Phut area is huge, but we couldn't find anywhere to eat inside the garden, so to speak, so we came out right across the street. Several booths. This one looked like it would fit the bill here. This lady was cooking up some nice dishes, so we ordered a couple things and just had our lunch out here. I think we got here right about 11. I would recommend coming more like 12. They're open till 4. It seemed like when we were leaving, there was a lot less traffic. As you see, some of the buses are leaving already. There was a lot less people trying to come in than when we came. But anyway, it's still going to be a long Mother's Day weekend, and it's only Saturday. We got a lot to do. On Sunday, we had a distinguished visitor from Pattaya, everyone's favorite Angie of Angie's Taxi. So I'll put her number on the screen. It's probably one of the more frequent messages I get asking me, "Hey, how do I get a hold of Angie? I need a ride from Bangkok." She kind of specializes in Bangkok airport, Savannahboom to Pattaya, but anywhere she'll go anywhere. But she came and visited us, wanted to check out the beach at our house, and thought, well, it's a beautiful day for that. We'll go down and get a beach chair or beach chairs and some food. And she had her kids with her, so I think that was a hit. And it was a lovely beach day down here in Hadmirampung, which is the name of the beach where I live. So I think they charge you 20 baht per chair here, which much cheaper than Pattaya with the 50 baht per chair. And sometimes they try to upsell you on that, even though they're not supposed to. And of course, we ordered some food here, just a little mixed bag of things. I think one of the kids got a burger and som tum for the ladies and some vegetables. I didn't have much to eat, but cool, refreshing beverages. Everybody's just relaxing down here, the wildlife included. While we were set down here, Angie's son, he's quite outgoing. He's a nice guy, and we met a guy on the beach selling lottery tickets about his age. Turns out he was a little bit younger than him. I said, that would be a good job for you. He's always saying, "Oh, I need to buy this, I need to buy that." Well, maybe you could have a career in lottery selling. So I said, go with this guy. There he is. I said, go with him, and he'll teach you the ropes. See if it's something that maybe you could do. He was a little reluctant at first, but I think Mom was all encouraging the career in lottery sales as well. So anyway, he went with the kid. He disappeared down the beach with this other guy. In that board is all the lottery tickets, that little case. And then, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes later, I think he learned the very first lesson in lottery sales, or maybe any sales here, especially on the beach, and that is you have to bring the right amount of change with you to make change for people, because maybe only somebody has a 500 baht bill for a 100 baht lottery ticket. So he comes running back to get some change, to make change so the kid can make a sale. He's all excited about the first sale there. But anyway, lesson learned, I guess. Make sure you have change. A lot of people here have never learned that lesson. A lot of times you can never find change for anything more than a 100 baht bill. But anyway, we had a nice day down here at the beach. Good refreshments. And the young lad there may start his new career. I think he'd be good at that in Pattaya. Just waiting for Angie. She didn't want to leave the beach. That's right. It looks like she was really enjoying herself and having a day. But we all saddled up back into the sailing here. I think this is a new personal record for myself here. I had 4 people. I think the previous record was at 3 people. That's not including me on the seat of the bike, just in the sidecar. So 4 people, new record. I don't know that I could go 5. I think that's probably the most comfortable. It was already a lot of weight for the little contraption, but it made out fine. But anyway, the following day, Monday, would actually be the real Mother's Day, and I had a special place in mind to take Lan for that special day.
So it's the next day. It's still the Mother's Day weekend, and we've come about the next beach up from ours in Ban Phe, about maybe 10 kilometers, something like that. But they have something here. The beach is behind me. In fact, you can see Koh Samet behind me as well. We're probably set here only about 3-4 kilometers from where you would catch the ferry to go to Koh Samet. But they have something here very similar to what they have in Pattaya. If you know in Nak Lua, the Nak Lua area, there's a fish market like Long Po, I believe is the name, Long Po, Dalad Long Po. This is very similar, where they have the fresh seafood right here, fresh shellfish, fresh crabs, fresh fish, fresh shrimp, all sorts of stuff. And it looks like they're catching it right here, taking it out of the nets. They're wheeling and dealing. They're wheeling them in, and then they're selling them right here on the beach. So if you want to eat fresh seafood on the beach, this is a great place to come. A lot of times they sell seafood. They walk around with trays. When I was in Bang Sen, they were famous for that, walking around with trays. I'd see a guy with a tray of fried shrimp. An hour later, he'd still have the same tray trying to sell. You don't know how long that's been sitting around or what's. This way, you buy it right from the bins where there's circulating water, they're still swimming, and then you can pay them. It's very cheap. I think it's less than $1, 30 baht, and they'll cook it for you. So, in fine tradition, I brought my own ingredient. The key ingredient to any seafood dish that I eat is Old Bay. And they were more than happy to oblige once it was properly explained what the expectation was. And now we have Old Bay laden seafood. Even the lady that cooked it said how good it smelled. She goes, wow, it smells good. What is that? I don't think Lon knew how to explain what it was. But it's an ingredient available here, but it's not necessarily 100% suited to the Thai taste. But I think to try something a little bit different, I think it's in their realm of acceptable tastes. It's got a little spice to it, some salt to it. I think they would like it. Lon's still got the nam jeem to dip the seafood in. She's busy peeling it away right now. But it's a great place to come. Very reasonably priced. There's a 7-Eleven here. You can buy other things. And there's different places you can sit here and eat. We're set right here in a stone table. Some people just spread a mat out and sit on the ground. The beach tables, they didn't want us to sit at the beach tables because they want to sell you food. They don't want you to bring your own food. They make their money by selling you food. So kind of like bringing food into a restaurant. I know it's that sounds kind of funny because it's just beach chair rental, but that's what it is. Now maybe on a normal day they would rent you a chair, but on a busy holiday weekend like today. Today's a Monday, but being a holiday, it's a very busy day. Just like yesterday was when we were at the beach up by my house with Angie. So this has been the busiest weekend I've experienced so far down here, and I believe August is full of 3-day weekends. I think every weekend from here to the end of August is like a 3-day weekend. So it'll be, but you know, even on a crazy weekend, it's not crazy. There's cars parked up and down the beach. There's a lot more people than normal. You walk into 7-Eleven, there's actually people in there instead of just one guy or one lady. But it's acceptable. It's not backed up traffic. It's not gridlock. It's not bedlam. It's okay. And here again, that's on a worst case, only on a weekend. On a regular weekday, like tomorrow, it'll be quiet as a mouse. Anyway, we're going to enjoy this seafood, and that's probably all it's going to be.
All right. Even though they cook the seafood, the shrimp and whatnot in Old Bay or with Old Bay, it doesn't hurt to put a little extra on once it's all cooked and ready for the plate. That's how you present it. But anyway, we had a great day out here. Nice little beach out here. Great view of Koh Samet there and the things going on here at the beach in Ban Phe. I think all in all is a good Mother's Day venue to visit. I think Lon enjoyed herself with the seafood and the market and the fresh cooking and all that. So there were even some other vendors available that had pre-cooked Isan favorites like this lab moo here and some grilled chicken, things like that. So we really made pigs out of ourselves there and had a full menu. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the episode. Something else next time, but for this one, got to go ahead and leave it off right here. And as usual, I'll thank you for watching. And until next time, bye for now.